Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Christmas donation drives are happening throughout the nation. We'll tell you one close by. And Kentucky State Police Post 13 in Hazard is sharing something to be thankful for this Thanksgiving to families in need.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm McKinley Calandrino here with you on this Tuesday, November 25th. The time is now 6:30. Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Megan Dismal for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan.
Well, it's a little bit of a rainy start to the day as you're heading out and about on your Tuesday. Already, a lot of folks have seen that rain. And as we look at that live pinpoint Doppler radar, you'll notice the rain really is covering most of the region. And for those who haven't actively seen that rain right now, have probably seen it in the past couple of hours. And more is on the way. As I zoom out, you can just notice that heavier rain just southeast of Nashville. That's what's going to continue to make its way into eastern Kentucky over the next several hours. But this morning, in terms of temperatures, you're not going to have to worry too much about being chilly. Those 50s are hanging out, and this afternoon we'll be looking at a mixture of the mid 60s, significantly warmer for what we should be this time of year. But don't worry, a dramatic decrease in temperatures are on the way as we're heading into your holidays, with high temperatures on Black Friday only in the upper 30s. So keep that in mind. It's going to get cold. McKinley.
Late last week, Perry County lost an icon. The owner of Francis's Diner, Frances Napier, died Friday. She was born in Harlan County and served Hazard and Perry County in the restaurant business for around 60 years. Her diner was located on Combs Road for more than 3 decades when Frances made the decision to relocate downtown. She operated the business there for 3 years before the February flood forced her to close temporarily. Our last interview with Frances was this past August for an update on the restaurant 6 months after the flood.
I've been at this about 70 years. And that's all my life. And this is all my family. All these people come in. It's more like family now. It's just customers.
Napier's funeral was held yesterday afternoon at the Hal Rogers Forum in Hazard. Surrounded by friends, family, and community members, all of which Frances served in some form or fashion. They celebrated that life that Frances lived. The service was officiated by Chris Fugit and Lonnie Adams, both of whom said Frances loved those that she served.
That's what Frances did, serving others. And I know it was a business, but it was still serving others. And why did we go eat there? Because we knew it was going to be good. We knew it was going to be friendly people when you went in there. You knew Frances was going to be there.
He was more than just a number to her. It wasn't about business. It was about people. You see, she wasn't in the restaurant business, Bub. She was in the people business.
Frances Napier was 84 years old. She was laid to rest in Riverside Cemetery in Hazard. In Laurel County, a London man is facing a long list of charges for leading police on a chase. 29-year-old Julio Sanchez was arrested Saturday morning. London police say they caught him speeding around 5 a.m. and they tried to pull him over, but he drove for several miles before stopping. During that time, police say Sanchez drove erratically and failed to stay in his lane. Once they pulled him over, police say he did not have a driver's license, registration, or proof of insurance. In East Tennessee, a man was indicted on multiple charges after authorities say he illegally killed an elk. 46-year-old Sean Lee Hudson was accused of poaching the elk in February in Campbell County. Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency officials say Hudson was indicted Saturday. Some of the charges include illegal taking, possession of elk, and illegal baiting. A man accused in the death of at least 2 women after they overdosed appeared in a federal courtroom. Brian Philip Epperson was charged with distributing meth that caused the deaths. The one woman died in Powell County, the other one in Clark County. Epperson has also been linked to 2 other women who died to one other woman who died following the interactions with him. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what took place.
Caleb Thompson said it was difficult seeing the man accused in his fiance's death.
If I had an emotion to put on it or words to put on it and be completely nothing but blunt truth, I wish I could have got within a foot of it.
Brian Philip Eberson faces 2 federal counts of distributing meth that caused the overdose deaths. Thompson's fiancee, Rochelle Dawson, died in late June.
I'm never going to eat her food again. So tell me why. Tell me why he's living. Tell me why he gets to live.
If convicted, Eberson could face anywhere from 20 years to life in prison, a fine of at least $1 million, along with 3 years supervised release if he is released, and some assessments as stated by the court system. Eberson faces multiple other charges, including a state charge of murder from the death of Kristen Morris. He's also linked to Hillary Davis, who died in a Winchester motel last year. People who knew the various victims are eager for justice.
I understand it's a waiting game, and I understand that, and everything's a process, but the fact that he gets to go back to a cell and make phone calls and eat with his family and have conversation.
Don't take for granted what you got, I guess. Because I don't have no more.
Trial is set to begin February 2nd and last about 7 days. In Lexington, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Epperson remains in the Clark County Detention Center. In Powell County, the Clay City IGA supermarket is back open after a fire in August of last year forced it to close. For the people who live in that area, it is more than a grocery store, it is convenience, with one shopper saying he was checking often to see when the store would open again. Betty Whitcomb is grateful it is reopened since she worked there for 21 years. She remembers when the supermarket went up in flames, causing her to lose her job.
Awful, miserable, because I knew my job was gone for a while. You know, you want to work. I want to work. That's what I told my boss here. I want to work.
Shoppers say they now only have to travel a few minutes for groceries instead of driving out of town. Harlan County Judge Executive Dan Mosley is reflecting on his time in office after announcing he will not seek another term. WYMT's Caroline Mueller has more on his decision, his accomplishments, and what they say will come next.
After 12 years leading Harlan County, Judge Executive Dan Mosley says it's time for a change. He announced recently he will not run for re-election in 2026.
I just don't think it's a lifetime job. It's something that I really talked a lot about when I ran 12 years ago now, which is hard to believe that it's been that long. Once I felt that I had accomplished what I had set out to do in this work, I wanted to move on.
Mosley says he and his team navigated natural disasters, the pandemic, and the downturn of the coal industry, while also working on other projects he's proud of.
There's been a lot of things that we've been able to get done throughout the community, like infrastructure improvements, creation of a Build Ready site, or expanding broadband to the unserved and underserved areas of the county now. Sewer system upgrades, continually to invest in the water systems, trying to make the quality of life better, and a major project right now for a wellness and recreation center.
He also reflected on his 2021 party switch from Democrat to Republican, a decision he says came down to philosophical differences.
And then also, even as my own worldview had changed as I had gotten older and maybe seen things differently than I did when I was 18 years old when I went and registered to vote.
With 14 months left in office, he says he's not decided what's next.
I don't know yet. There's time to figure that out. I look forward to whatever is next. Prayed a lot about this decision, and I feel like that God will open the next door just like he opened this one.
Mosley says he will spend his final year in office continuing to pave the way for Harlan Countyans and whoever steps into office next. Caroline Mueller, WYMT Mountain News.
Mosley was our guest on last night's Issues and Answers. You can watch that interview or previous episodes by going to Issues and Answers tab on WYMT.com. According to the National Retail Federation, a record 186.9 million people are planning to shop from Thanksgiving Day through Cyber Monday. Between Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday, the National Retail Federation forecast holiday spending will surpass $1 trillion. Dave Mullen, who is a small business owner in Clark County, says this weekend most people will shop for items they want to decorate their homes with for Christmas, and then as soon as December hits, the gift shopping will start.
Well, they take care of the people. You have more customer service, I think, than a large business does. We support the community. We're here in the community, and we're part of it.
Officials say if you do plan to shop in downtown Winchester this weekend, it is now more convenient as various construction projects wrapped up in recent months, providing much needed relief. Christmas donation drives are happening throughout the nation, and one of the most prominent is the Angel Tree program. Through the Salvation Army, people can select an angel and help out a family who needs help buying gifts. 2 Central Kentucky women have been buying gifts for their Angel Tree kids, and now their generosity is going viral on social media. Both Peyton King and Adrian Rogers went through the program as kids when their families fell on hard times. Kentucky State Police Post 13 in Hazard is sharing something to be thankful for this Thanksgiving to families in need. This makes the 8th year troopers are delivering free turkey dinners to Leslie, Letcher, Perry, Knott, and Breathitt County schools. KSP says thanks to a partnership between Whitesburg Food City and Cane's Kitchen, more students can celebrate the holidays.
Most people don't get to see what we get to see, and when you've got the community that stands behind us, because we wouldn't be able to do half of this without the support and donations from the community. There are several individuals that is always ready to help us if we need anything.
Officials with the school say once they receive the turkey dinners, school officials will then determine who gets a free Thanksgiving meal.
We're still watching those nice temperatures this morning, mainly in a mixture of those mid-50s. But what you'll need to know is not only are those temperatures going to warm up into the mid-60s, above average for this time of year, but we're going to see rain chances all throughout the day. That's already starting this morning with moderate rain chances for more of our southern counties and heavy rain chances on the way as we're heading into about that 8 o'clock time period. Now, in terms of what you need to know as you're heading off to school this morning, expect that rain on the way with temperatures in the upper 50s. By the time you're heading home for work or school, those temperatures will be in the 60s. With cloudy skies, some folks seeing some lingering rain chances. McKinley.
Thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:41. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. It's got people lining up down the block just for a taste. We'll tell you more why the halal food is having a moment.
Travel forecast.